Yes, indeedy. That's right. It is Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM. It is 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon. You know what it means. It is time for Open Mic Radio. We're going to get it rolling with one from our featured guest today. This is John and Rob from Backwater.
Time I catch a whiff of what's behind that door. Had too much and now I want some more. Just like a kid in a candy store. What'll it be this glorious morning? Maybe a little sativa to get things going. That Missouri belle will make you think you're in love with the broom and the kitchen sink. Let the bells of freedom ring. We've spent too many years living on the fringe. Pass the torch of liberty. Hear the earth begin to sing. I feel like a kid in a candy store, staring at the candy in those pretty glass jars. So many brands, so many strains, so many ways to ease your pain. Mike Tyson's toe packs quite a punch. I suggest you save it till after lunch. Silver ghost, heavenly cloud, Missouri grown, Missouri proud. Let the bells of freedom ring. We've spent too many years living on the fringe. Pass the torch of liberty. Hear the earth begin to sing. That alien rock glows in emerald green, some of the prettiest candy you ever have seen. It'll rock your world, steal your face, send you off into outer space. Cookies and cream, banana dream. If it's fruity or purple, it's not for me. 'Cause I lean more toward the danker side, stanky and skunky like days gone by. I feel like a kid in a candy store every time I catch a whiff of what's behind that door. Had too much, now I want some more. Just like a kid in a candy store. Just like a kid. Just like a kid in a candy
All right.
That's a new one.
I love it. All right, welcome to the program. Great way to start the show. Dear to my heart, the subject matter there. Okay, it's Open Mic Radio, Saturday, May 6th. We've got a fun show in store. Hang around. Glad you're with us. We do this most every Saturday afternoon from 4 to 6 p.m. We have
Not
live.
next Saturday.
No, not next. So you can grab that mic and then
next
we'll switch
Saturday
these
we
back.
got,
Grab that one, Rob. Grab that middle one there. There you go.
Saturday we got Big Cat Matt deal next
week.
Saturday.
Next week is right. Big Cat Matt, Rockabilly Corner. You can catch that the second Saturday of every month. All right.
So I got to tell you, Mike, I'm probably not going to be here next week. I'll probably be listening to Big Cat Matt.
I'm going to be there too. I'll be here in spirit. All right. What we do though, live music and interviews with some of Missouri's finest musicians and bands. My name is Mike Hagan. I'm joined as usual by Kind Kurt.
Hello, Hatton, Murray, and Shaw. And that is not the name of my attorneys, but I would like to give a shout out to them as well. That is them.
Right.
Hopefully you won't be hearing from me anytime soon, boys.
No, we've had enough of that. All right. Anyway, Kurt providing the theme music and some much needed sidetracks. Okay, all right. As we do, we feature awesome local and regional music and the artists who create that. All right. Looks like the rain. They tell us rain's going to. Is it ever going to come? They keep saying we're going to get rain, but anyway, we'll see. I hope we do, because I planted a bunch of stuff over the last few days.
I will
hoping for this rain.
I will bend over and kiss the earth if it comes.
I'll tell you what.
We got a surprise shower on the south side of town this morning. And
Did you?
It was enough to leave some puddles, and they were
gone.
It was
quick,
most
I'm sure.
welcome. Well,
Wow.
I'll take anything right
Yeah,
now.
I'd take
Welcome rain, yeah.
It's been rough, but anyway, springtime in the Show Me State. You never know. We'll probably get flooded here very shortly.
Yeah,
So,
15 inches in July, right?
all right,
We
lots
can
to
still
do.
get snow.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
Okay. Columbia, Missouri, lots to do. Okay, last night was First Friday. I think the Crawdads probably played down at Rose,
Probably.
and
That's their thing.
lots of good stuff happening on Friday nights. If you had a good time or you want to share something, give us a call down here, okay? 573-443-8255. 573-443-7380. I'm told that I should always say 573-TALK. That's the 8255. So I guess that's easier to remember. So 573-443-TALK or 443-8255. I talk relatively quickly too, I guess. So anyway, 7380 on the other line. All right, give us a call and you can join the program, okay? All right, yeah, looking forward to the show this afternoon. We got a couple of the guys from Backwater with us.
Yeah.
We've got Rob and John. We're going to chat with them, and they're going to play some new songs for us. We just heard one, I think. We're also going to hear a few recorded tracks from their new release. It's called Barbed Wire Rose. Say that 3 times fast. And
Bob Wire Rose.
I like it, though. It's a great record and some really cool stuff on that. We'll talk with the band a little bit about that as we go through the show here. I also think a few members of the Brink are going to stop by, maybe around the 5 o'clock hour. They've got a new a video, I think, that they produced, and a new song that's been released. And I think they also won the competition to make it into the summer camp.
Are we going to debut
festival.
the video on...
We're going to debut the
radio
video on
shows
radio.
right
Yeah.
there, yeah.
Video killed the
Awesome.
radio star. You know that, right? So, anyway,
I'm looking forward to that.
I think Memphis Chris is going to stop down. Clark's here to say hi.
Yep.
And, maybe Matt Homan, too, the guy that runs B-Side Records. I keep expecting a visit from him. We also have another new record store in town called King Theodore. Hey, of course, they call on the 5676 number, the one number that I don't give out. Hi, I can't take the phone call right now, but call at 443-8255 if you'd like to get on the air. Okay, thank you. So anyway, yeah, there's another new record store in town called King Theodore, and
Yes.
it's down there on Walnut. I don't know if it's the old space where the bridge was or not, but it's real close there, right by Artlandish and around there.
Across
So
the street.
They've got a grand opening going on as we speak, I believe.
yeah, there's a bunch of music being played this afternoon by a bunch of artists that you all are familiar with, because most of them have been on this program. So
Tyron, I think, is going to be there.
Yeah.
Karen Penrose. I don't know the exact order.
now, Liv Burney's playing a little bit later. Kyron and the adaptation, the whole band are playing tonight at 8. And I think Austin Powers, Austin Jones. Austin Jones is playing maybe right now. I think he's 4:30. So, yeah.
All right. Well, people get down there.
Yeah.
It's on Walnut. Like right by Ernie's, I
Yeah,
believe.
okay.
Right next to or right across from it. Where the old...
Where the bridge was.
where the bridge was,
Yeah,
I
that's,
believe.
that's
Yep.
what I think. So,
That's the
all
new-
right, great to have you with us here. Okay, if you want to be a part of it, once again, give us a call, 443-8255, 443-7380. All right, otherwise, we're just going to hear some great music and chat a little bit like we do every weekend here, okay? This guy's very persistent, or girl. Anyway, at some point, we'll try to do a rundown of some of the things that are happening tonight and tomorrow, maybe a little bit deeper into the week, music-wise, around town. I like it. Spring's here. A lot of the venues that are kind of quiet over the wintertime are starting to pick back up. So, anyway,
A lot of
okay.
live music about.
Yeah, we're down here at the new KOPN facilities, 401 Bernadette. And once again, Great to be here. We had a great show last week with Lemon Settlement. Bummy stopped by.
Yeah.
And we had great live music from Lemon Settlement, and also Bummy did a couple of new songs in the
We
studio
had some
with
debuts
us.
from both groups, I believe, Bummy and Lemon.
Yes, we did, yes. All right, so if you donated a couple weeks ago also, thank you. All right, once again, thanks for helping to support the station. If you didn't, you can always do that online at kopn.org, and please help out, all right?
So when somebody's got a couple pies coming to them in the face, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
of that?
The GM's going to get a whole bunch of pies. I only get one. So.
Do we know when that is?
No, I'm not telling you if I do find out.
I can't wait to see that over there.
All right, a couple more things, and we'll get to the music. Big thanks to TK, Peter, Groovin on the one mic since 2 o'clock. Before that, Morgan and a Motherland Jam. Great stuff from across the continent of Africa. We've got the board until 6 o'clock. Hang around afterward for Rosh Shumba. It's a reggae party coming at you. 6 o'clock until 8 o'clock. Get your dancing shoes on, baby. Roll yourself a big spliff and pop a red stripe and enjoy the reggae party from 6 o'clock until 8 o'clock right here on KOPN. Honestly, the best roots rock reggae music, incredible with Rosh Shumba, okay? All right, 8 o'clock. Chris takes the helm till 11, Blues on Broadway. And yeah, awesome stuff all Saturday night. Keep it dialed in, KOPN, all right? Your imagination station, 89.5 on the dial. We're streaming at kopn.org. All right, for today's show, now we have a couple of the guys from Backwater. First, we have Rob Lampe over here on the guitar. How you doing, Robert?
Hello there, Mike.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming down.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, and then on your left, Mr. John Schneller. Hi, John.
Howdy, howdy.
With another guitar. Hey, I'm sure people want to get to know you a little bit, but before that, let's play another song. What do you think?
Yeah, great.
Why don't you do one off our
You
recording?
want to play a live or one from the recording?
Yeah, do that.
Okay, let's.
We're really excited about it.
Very good. I think Black Cat maybe is appropriate.
It's a good tune.
Okay, we're going to start with a song called Black Cat from a new record from Backwater. Black Cat is not the title track. Is there a title track? Is there a song
Barbed Wire
called
Rose is a song and the name of the album.
Oh yeah, it's the third track on the record is Barbed Wire Rose.
Okay.
Anyway, the album name Barbed Wire Rose, and yeah, we'll listen to Black Cat and we'll come back and talk with the band a little bit.
Bringing you a debut once again.
Yeah, you're listening to
Just
it
like
here.
I like.
Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia 89.5 FM.
First.
Black cat crossing at the edge of the night. Another new mailbox, another new dogfight. Lights on late, windows open wide. Something in the air when the wind is just right. Hagan and meat for $6.95 every hour on an hour makes me wonder if it's quitting time. Step into the alley just before lunch. Businessman special for the afternoon rush. Green cards, credit cards, one-eyed jacks. I can't meet the call, I can't beat the bank. I can't ride that train to the Golden Shore. I can't even pay my bills at the company store. on a gravel road, gonna dip his hands in that pot of gold. Now the wife and kids are wearing new clothes, got a good used car that'll get up and go. Get up and go when the heat is on, racing the devil till the crack of dawn. Green cards, credit cards, one-eyed jack. I can beat the call, I can beat the bank. I'm gonna ride that train to the Golden Shore. Gonna ride it right through the company store. Edge of the night, another new mailbox, another new dogfight. Another new mail, but another new mail, but another new mailbox, another new dogfight.
All right. Great new stuff there from Backwater. That one's called Black Cat. You're listening to it here on Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM. All right, so a little bit about... actually, I don't want to start with Black Cat. Before I forget, I want to talk a little bit with the band, or at least with John and Rob, about Candy Store, the song that you opened the show with. So clearly some sort of a tribute to... Yeah.
I'll make my comment first.
Please.
I haven't been in one myself.
To one of the new cannabis dispensaries.
I haven't been in a candy store, no.
Yeah. Well, I like to say that however many millions of dollars have been spent in the stores in the last couple of years, I'd say at least 1 million of those is mine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The other one comes from me.
It is fun to go into those stores, though. I'll tell you, it is like walking around in like a kid in a candy store.
It is. And
yeah.
It's overwhelming. I mean, it's it's worse than shopping for underwear in terms of the choices.
Okay, so just between you and me and the Fence Post, there are a few different ones in town, and I don't promote any of them. None of them are sponsored to this program, but do you have a one that
I skip around. But let me just say, you can grow your own, and homegrown is all right with me.
Yeah, I mean, and it's an art like anything. If you get good at it, you can get really good at it.
Yeah.
And obviously, a good grower is a good thing. So, anyway,
and a good person to know.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
I try to make friends with those people and keep them close.
Yeah, well, that's how you got your nickname, Kind Kurt, by the way.
So actually, we went to the Missouri Organic Growers Association had a workshop last fall down at Hartsburg, and it was a doctor from Slater, Missouri, and his wife, and this was before the ballot measure was approved.
Okay.
But what they do is they go around and they educate people on how to grow their own cannabis. That's their business model. is just teaching people how to do it.
And do they also like help them set up a grow room?
No,
I
mean they just tell you.
teach
They'll
about
tell
the
you
plant.
how to do it.
Right.
How to do it.
Right. All right.
So,
All right. Well, that was a new one though. That's one that I think hadn't been played before. At least certainly
No,
not on
it
this
hasn't.
one.
It hasn't, no.
Awesome. I appreciate you sharing that one. Huh? Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
brand new. Yeah,
Yeah,
brand
awesome.
new song. Not even recorded yet.
When did,
No.
how
What, do
lo-
you got plans to record that though?
we broke that out down at the.
I
at the river
recorded
a
it
couple
on
weeks ago.
GarageBand in my basement. But
We
that's
broke it
the
out
only
down at-
recording of it so far.
We broke it out down at the river a couple weeks ago.
I know you fellas had me at Sativa. That's for sure.
All right, so fast forward. Now we're into the new record though. Barbed Wire Rose is the name of it. I know you're both real proud of it. Let's talk about the band first before we talk about the record.
Sure.
So we've got Rob Lampe and John Schneller with us, but I know there's at least 2 or 3 more guys in the band. So why don't you let us know the makeup?
Sure.
Want me to go for it? I'll start with our first new member would have been Steve, and he came on board. Our bass player, he came on
Steve
board.
Cross.
Steve Cross.
Steve Cross. All right.
I had played with him in a cover
He's a
band.
Moberly boy, and he's played in a bunch of different bands over the years.
I was in a cover band with him. That's how I
Yeah.
how I knew him. And,
Yeah, and he's kind of a serious musician. It's kind of interesting. He's a studied musician in a way.
Okay.
So
So he's on the bass.
he's on the bass, and then
John Markovitz is playing the cajon and a snare drum and a hi-hat. That's all we allow
stripped
him.
down percussion.
That's all you're doing for percussion.
Very stripped
That's
down.
all we allow him. Yeah.
Nah, he
And
does a good job. He does a great job.
he's an amputee, so he's only got 1 foot, so it's on the hi-hat. So he plays the bass pretty much with a brush sitting on. And so but he gets an incredibly good, convincing bass drum sound out of that cajon with that brush. It's just boom.
And is that the percussion that we're hearing on the
Yeah,
record?
yeah, that's exactly what you're hearing. yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we've got John, we got Steve,
And we're missing John
and
D'Agostino.
John D'Agostino.
John
Of course.
D'Agostino on the keyboards, and I
That funky piano part you just
That
did.
was great. Yeah. Yeah.
I had to talk him into the he was thinking, oh, well, what is that? What's the name of the basic effect? It's not the wah-wah. It's the
The Lori.
clavichord.
Oh yeah.
What is it?
Clavichord.
Clavichord. Yeah.
Yep.
So clavinet or whatever.
Yeah.
Then he added the wah-wah to it. I didn't really tell him to do that, but
Anyway.
Yeah, John is
that's
a-
cool.
he thought it was too extravagant or something.
So it's the five.
Yeah.
It's the 5 of you then.
Yeah, John's a great
Now he
bandmate, and he takes some of the load off me by singing some songs along the way. And I mean, that guy is Missouri's Frank Sinatra. I mean,
He's a great vocalist. and
what a
he's
singer!
He's a hell of a musician.
He
Just
really
in
is,
general.
and we're just so lucky to have. I feel lucky to have all these guys.
Well, they're
'cause
all super talented.
I'm just a hack, but I'm surrounded by these incredible guys that know what they're doing.
Well, you must be. I don't know. You must be. I don't know how you pulled this band together, but John,
I did that.
Oh well, whoever did it, it's a great collaboration because there's
Thank
a
you.
bunch of really talented players and the songs are really cool too, and there's a
Thanks.
bunch of really different stuff on this record.
Yeah.
So we started off with Black Cat, which I'm pretty sure is a Lampe song.
Well, it's both.
I wrote the words, and he wrote the
words and
music.
He wrote the words. I wrote the music. He came to me with it and goes, Rob, I'm lost. I can't. I wrote these words. I can't. I have not figured out a guitar part for him.
Right.
And I said, start singing them at me, and that was what I came up with in about
Okay.
5 seconds. And then that little, it's in E. So if you know anything about this, is for the music theory people.
Right.
Well, if you're going to put a change, you might put in the 4 chord or the 5 chord. Well, I immediately go to the sharp 5. And that's.
Yeah, do something unexpected.
Oh no, it's flat 5. Sorry.
Right.
For that weird section.
Right.
So
Okay, so how did the band get together? I mean,
John-
you guys
Rob
have
and
all,
I-
you guys, you guys have
Rob
all
and
known
I-
each other for a long time.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
guessing.
funny. It's interesting. John Markovitch and I played together in a little folk act. I mean, probably 40 years ago, like way back when.
I met him way back in the 70s.
and
too.
and I've known him over the years. Great fella. Kind human being, and so forth. So I've known John for a long time, and Rob and I have played together in various iterations for a long time, several decades probably at least. And
well, but I've known John and
anyway,
John Markovitz and John D'Agostino since about the time I moved to Columbia, which is 1976. Right. I mean, I probably met him in '78 or something like that.
Wow.
So John D'Agostino and I go way back.
Okay, so
a bunch of Boone County fools. Right. That's all it is, you know.
How long would you say that you could say Backwater as a band though has been like a
little over
thing?
a year? We had our first gig on my daughter's at our daughter's wedding, which was 420 last April.
Wow.
And so we're just marking a year, and we're just kind of still feeling each other out a little bit, but we're expanding our repertoire. And, things are going well.
John and I were in a band together that was called SRE, and we'll make it known public what SRE. That was John.
Can you say it on the air?
At the end of every song, he was apologizing for it. He doesn't want to hear it. Sorry.
That's ancient history.
Yeah,
man.
it is. Anyways, that's how I met John and I became musically attached, and that band, we're the only two live members anymore.
I mean, I like to write songs. I'm a word guy, and to have people that are willing to put up with my sort of marginal musical abilities to let me sing these songs is just a super treat for me. That's all.
Well, the
I
song
can
you
say.
were talking about earlier, you said you brought the lyrics to the band, and then you wrote the music. So
Yeah.
is that how you tend to write? Is just kind of write poems almost?
No,
and
usually-
then bring music there, or do you sit down and write with your guitar or like a piano? Or
It depends, but usually I'm just I kind of work in reverse a lot of times. I write the words and then write and then come up with the music. But sometimes it works the other way. And when songwriting is such a crazy thing, because I still don't know where half of this stuff comes from. I mean, I just really don't.
Memphis Chris.
It just shows up, and it's
Right.
like, you just gotta grab it when it's there, and
All right, so
so you tend to write just when inspiration hits you, then, like what I'm saying, as opposed to like
some
devote
things,
time
some
to-
things just show up, and they write themselves in a short amount of time. Other things I might mess with for months and months.
John, what's your musical background?
I learned how to play guitar from Lee Ruth many years ago.
That's nothing to laugh
And
about.
of course, I disengaged with those lessons, early. Once I figured out that, I thought I knew enough chords how to play a song. I didn't need Lee anymore, but that's how I got into music.
What about as a kid? You have music around the house and stuff?
Oh, sure, of course, and of course, we had all, I mean.
Now, Lampe, people should remember you
I
from.
I will say, I think the first album that I bought downtown at the Silco store was the Blind Faith.
Oh yeah,
Blind
so that's a
Faith
good
album.
start.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rob, you were on the program. Actually, we did a couple weeks in a row back in 2020.
Way back when COVID was going
right in the
on.
middle of it. It was like August of 2020. But we actually sort of did a deep dive into your work and your music. So
and a lot of it was with John, but
very cool.
other of it was with Hillary Scott and a band I had with Mike Steele. One of our songs we do was
A Mike Steele song.
a Mike Steele song.
Well, what was the name of that band? I forget. It was called
Blue
Steel.
And
Yeah,
that was in the
that was back in like 80s or 90s.
Yeah, we went out to Portland, but four of us from Columbia here we wanted to go to the West Coast. We decided Portland was the city to go to. I don't know why.
Wow, that was a good choice back then. I don't know if I'd go there today.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So look, we got more to talk about, but how about another piece of live musica?
pony.
Huh? What are you gonna do here for us?
We're gonna do since it's Derby Day.
Oh yeah,
but
for
that's
sure.
really not why.
Derby going off in about an hour.
I grew up
actually.
in the Mid-Atlantic Seaboard, and down on the Virginia coast, Chincoteague, Virginia, is a herd of wild
Chincoteague,
horses.
That's a great
and
name.
one of the first books I ever read was Misty of Chincoteague, and it's wild horses, and the fire department rounds them up every year, some of the young ones, and herds them across the channel and sells them at an auction. And it's quite a tourist attraction now, and so forth and so on. But it's part of the culture of the Mid-Atlantic Seaboard. And anyway, these things have a funny way of coming full circle. My wife, Karen, runs a Cedar Creek Therapeutic Riding Center.
Yeah, it's a wonderful program out there, actually.
It's a great thing. And I don't know, it's been a while now, maybe 10 years, a horse showed up at the riding center, and it's a Chincoteague pony.
Ha!
He came from the wild
That's
herd.
my new band name, by the way, Chincoteague Pony.
He's from the.
Why didn't we think of that?
Huh?
He's from the wild
Instead,
herd.
we took Backwater. Oh my
And
God, what dummies.
his name is Forrest. And when Forrest showed up, we had ourselves a little conversation. It went something like this.
It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia.
Chincoteague Pony, I'd know you anywhere by the wild look in your eyes and the dapple fur you wear. They drove you across the channel last Wednesday in July. Oyster cowboys cracking whips while the mares scream their goodbye. Chincoteague Pony, your home's not far from mine, just a little ways down the coast on that mid-Atlantic line. It's not a whole lot different from my old stomping ground. A lot of lolly pine and cordgrass, treasures hidden in the sand. Well, I learned about you early on. Heck, I could barely read. A Spanish galleon ran aground in the 15th century. Now prints along the ocean shore are all that's left to trace. Salt waters in you thick as blood, some things can't be erased. When the gales come a-calling, as they do from time to time, and the sting of the sand makes you want to close your eyes. Deep inside the darkness, you know where you belong. Crashing of the waves, an old familiar song. Had no way of knowing about pony penning days. All those white folk from the city throwing money down like hay. They sold you to a stable outside of Baltimore. Did what you were asked to do, but not a whole lot more. Next stop was Grand Paradise, a ranch in Illinois, where little brats from privileged homes used you to learn to ride. They never seemed to notice the number burned into your hide when you were just a colt on that morning in July. Chincoteague Pony, we'll do what we can to make you feel at home on our little patch of ground. When you go into the hickory woods, you'll just have to pretend that you're back in the salt marsh with the wild things again. Chincoteague Pony, I'd know you anywhere. Thank you. It's a little little long, but
I
it's a
love
good
it.
story.
Oh, I love it. Wonderful story and a great song.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Reminded me of an old Johnny Cash song or something like that almost. I don't know.
We actually practiced a Johnny Cash song. But
Well,
we don't know if we'll do it.
I love it. That was great. All right. Rob, you can grab that mic back if you don't mind. And
I'll try and remember to put it back on John's guitar.
well, I should
I'll jump up there. That was my bad.
That was your bad.
I was distracted by, distracted.
by the Shinkatig pony.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
She could take pony.
All right. Another new one. That's not on the record as well.
No, it's not a particularly new. We might have played.
You and I have played
at
it a
one
long
show
time.
down at Cooper's last year. It's
Okay.
kind of on the long list.
So how many songs do you have that are just kind of hanging around that you're working on? I guess you're planning on doing another
Shitloads.
recording down the down the road here?
We've probably got at least 40 working tunes right now, and probably roughly half of them are. A good chunk of them are our own, and then we've got some covers, some really interesting covers. Like John D sings that the Kinks song "8 Man," which is a really fun, really fun song.
8 Man,
He
8
likes
Man,
to do
man.
some Dylan. He likes to sing some Dylan songs, and we have a good old time.
Yeah.
Everything John D'Agostino does with us, he does not do with the fried
with
crawdaddies. So
yeah.
if you want to see John do something different,
Right.
you might come see us. Although he is not the featured man. The featured man of this band is John Schneller.
He is when I'm. He is.
Okay, so
Well, do you
speaking
guys
of
have
that,
any?
though-
Do you guys have any gigs coming
Yeah,
up?
we have shows coming up.
we- shows
we
coming
do.
up?
We've got a big Saturday night show coming up this week.
It's a big show, really big, really big.
We're going to be playing down at Sentinel Park in the Arcade District this
Very cool.
Saturday from 6 to 9. And it's
What
free.
Saturday? This
This
coming
Saturday, right
This
now,
Saturday.
like today.
A week from
No,
today.
okay, a week
okay.
from
Next
today. So the 13th.
We're
The
leaving here and
13th.
we're
I think it's graduation weekend.
going to be there in 5
Yeah,
hours.
so it's
yeah.
it's interesting little place emerging down there. There's there's the
Well, it's a great stage out there.
Witches and Wizards Arcade.
Right? And okay, so the guy that runs Blues Centric and also owns B-Side Records, which is just around the corner there
Right.
on College,
Okay.
they're building or have built a stage inside on the back of B-Side Records, and they're going to start to do live performances there as well. So, I mean, that arcade district or
Yeah, it's just
stockyard or
kinda
whatever they're
getting
calling
going.
it.
I think it's a blur there. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, whatever it is, it's a cool part of town, and there's a lot
It
of
is.
a lot of neat things that are happening over there.
I
So,
agree.
so you guys next Saturday down
Saturday,
there
6
on the
to 9.
arcade stage,
Yep.
right on.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so check that out, everyone. Next Saturday, 6 to 9. Check out Backwater. They'll be playing down in the on the arcade stage down there in the old arcade district.
At
yeah,
the Stock
Or the new
Arcade District.
Yeah, the Starcade.
Starcade.
Maybe they'll call it that, right? Anyway,
The Richard Starkey District.
so what else? Plans for other shows as the spring and summer move
I'll
along?
be back, hopefully back down to the river here by and by, and that's where we're at right now. So
All right.
somebody hire us.
Yeah, somebody. If you're
and how do
listening,
they
hire
go
us,
about
yes.
doing? How do they go about doing that?
Go to our you can go to our Facebook page, or they can go to my Facebook page, or
Which would be
Backwater or John Schneller. But we've got a Facebook page up if you can find it, called Backwater.
and just look up for Backwater. All right.
You can also find them. Use Barbed Wire Rose. There's a number of different hits that you might find if you just put in Backwater. But look for Barbed Wire
Yeah, if
Rose.
you're searching for our recordings online, search for Barbed Wire Rose, because
Right.
I spent my entire life stomping out cliches as a journalist, and then I realized that this Barbed Wire Rose thing was not nearly as original as I thought it was. It's got wide circulation out there. It's like, no, you weren't the first one to
and we
think
weren't,
of that.
and what, not because of you either.
No. It's
So
like
anyway,
a lot of Barbed Wire Roses out there.
yeah. But I'll put a link to your to all your sites, your Spotify, and I think that you've got a
YouTube is probably the easiest place to hear it.
and
without
here
least
now I
resistance.
think there's a site where it's backwater.here.
Hear this now.
Herenow.com.
Here now.
Those are
Yeah.
just snippets, though. You
Right,
have to-
those are
you
just
have to-
snippets,
that
but-
gives you the links.
Right,
That
but
will,
you
yeah,
can connect
lead you
with you
to the
there.
full
So
songs.
yeah.
I was going to say you could buy them from us, but why would you bother if you can? Listen
No,
to
but
them
you
free?
should. Support your local artists.
Okay, so Sounds like you're getting a little anxious. You want to play another one? I like it.
How about?
Or you want to hear one off the record?
Recording and
Yeah, we'll switch off. We'll do every other.
Good.
Okay.
So how about Branson?
All right. This one is called.
Can I set that one up?
Yeah, go for it.
It's called The Other Side of Branson.
It's called
actually,
Other Side of
right?
Branson. Yeah.
Okay, a little bit about it.
Well, I'm guessing that I'm not the only one who's been down to Lost Valley in the Buffalo River Valley down by Ponca. It's a beautiful canyon, and if you take the hike up the canyon, you're rewarded with this beautiful waterfall called Eden Falls. It's a beautiful place. I've been there numerous times over the years. Last time I went there was in the middle of the winter, and
You're not playing it.
I know.
Okay.
And anyway, it's where I saw my first selfie stick. That's the story.
All right.
In Lost Valley. I had to go all the way down there to see my first selfie.
All right.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's playing it.
Yeah, he's playing it.
I was ready to play it.
I know.
All right,
Then
good
play
enough.
it, play it.
Well,
Let's
we're
play
going
it,
to
let's
hear it,
play
all
it.
right? Once again.
It's better on the record.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You want to hear the band.
We almost got it.
I'm gonna play it.
We almost got
here
another live
from the
performance.
record.
We'll play for you guys after the show.
Not so subtly
Oh,
trying
I'm
to put
sorry,
the mic
and
in front of
I don't know why I had you move the mic. For some
right.
reason, I was just playing a joke on you there,
Yeah.
Kurt. So, all right. Anyhow, here's one from the new release from Backwater. It's called Barbed Wire Rose, and a song called Other Side of Branson. We'll be back and we'll chat with the band a little bit more in just a few minutes. Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia.
There's a highway sign for every crime that cut through nature's way. The Presley clan, safari Dan, waiting on their prey. Between the cars, country bars, fields of fresh cut hay. Getting hard to find a place to hide, if only for a day. But things start looking different when you get to Arkansas. On the other side of Branson, on the way to Eden Falls. We're leaving Wild Bill's truck stop up against that old state line. You can stock up on most any sin for $1 and a dime. Got a case of old Milwaukee rye whiskey on the side. Brand new bag, that good old Missouri weed to get us by. Rear view mirrors empty, valleys filled with fog. On the other side of Branson, on the way to Eden Falls. There's always the pull of the sea. It's all downhill from here. I can feel us gaining speed. When we make it to the river, we'll unfurl our sails once more. On the other side of Branson, on that Arkansas shore. Voices of the lonely fill the valley of the lost. 300 million years of records marching down in 15-second blocks. Selfies holding court against the faces nature wrought. In the shadows of the evening, can't escape the highway's call. On the other side of Branson, on the way to Eden Falls, in the shadows of a lost valley, can't escape the highway's call. On the other side of Branson, on the way to Eden Falls, on the other side of Branson.
All right. Another one there from the new record from Backwater. That one's called Other Side of Branson. Really great stuff, you guys. Well done.
Thank you.
Give me just enough time to run to the candy store too, man.
Hey,
Hey, they wanted to let me. They told me to let you know, Mike. You're welcome to sell your bill anytime that you want. down
Yeah,
there, you know what I mean?
I've run a tab there. That's right. So I will quickly say, instead of the candy store, we're going to go to the Wax Museum for a second here. KOPN presents hometown favorite David Wax Museum's return to Forest Rose Park on Saturday, May 20th. Doors at 7, show at 8 p.m., beginning with special guests, The Onions.
A lot of KOPN history there.
Yeah, tickets for this all-ages show are available at rosemusichall.com. And I will say that on that day, David Wax Museum will be performing here on this program between 4 and 6, and then they're going to run over there and perform at Rose Park. But they're going to do a sort of an acoustic thing here on the program, and then and the Onions will be here too. The Onions is Lou Nevins,
Okay.
and he's involved in all kinds of different projects. But Lou,
I know him. I don't.
he's fantastic.
Yeah.
Grab your mic if you don't mind, Rob. Yeah, Lou's great. I'm surprised you haven't collaborated with him somewhere along the line.
I never have.
Yeah.
I know his dad well, actually, and
Yeah.
he's always.
Anyway, so check that out. David Wax Museum on the 20th of May. That's just a couple weeks from today. Yeah, looking forward to that. All right. Okay. So back to Backwater. Where'd you record this record, please?
Down at Centro Cellar, Will Reeves.
Will did it, yeah.
What a great editor. You
Oh,
know,
he's the
it's
best.
always nice to be in the hands of a good editor. And
You know, he's got a great ear, and he's
Oh, yeah.
and he's real good with his equipment, and he doesn't waste any time. He gets things
That's
done,
for sure.
and no, he's one of the best around for sure.
Yep.
And his studio is a lot of fun just to hang out in.
Yeah.
It's a real cool place.
Yeah, it's homey.
Yeah, Will's been here before. He has a project called Penny Marvel that he performs once in a while, not very often. They released an EP about maybe 6 months, maybe a year ago now. God, time is strange, you know. But within the last year, Penny Marvel released an EP. And remember, Will was here. And
It wasn't that long ago.
I think John Galbraith played with him, and
Yep.
I think they were here together on that project. Of course,
I think
John's
John
another-
John
Galbraith
Galbraith,
spends
you're
half
right.
of his life there at Centro Studio.
Lord, I mean, I tell you, talk about a busy guy. That guy, I can't keep up
Man,
with
how
John.
in the
so,
world?
right?
You know.
I saw him playing with Clayton
Resident
Hickland the
session
other
musician.
night. Clayton Hickland and his band were playing, and they're going to be here, by the way, in June. But they were at Jazz. They've got a pretty cool little stage at the restaurant, you know, there by Dick's
Oh, yeah.
Sporting Goods.
Mhm.
Yep.
And Clayton Hickland was there, and I look up on the stage, so who's there? John Galbraith. I'm
Yeah,
like,
Galbraith
you gotta be
is
kidding
there.
me, right?
He is a junkie.
He can't get away from it. Yeah, I agree, absolutely. But he's damn good too. I tell you
Yes,
what,
he-
hell of a
he's
guitar player.
fantastic.
We got a bunch of them around here. I tell you what, we've got some extremely talented musicians and great writers and singers, and we're really fortunate.
We
around-
are, and that's
you
why
know?
we feel lucky just to even be on the edge.
Well, you got a bunch of them right around you. You're right in the middle of it. So I think I appreciate the humility, but you guys are sounding fantastic. This new record
We're
is
the
great.
old geezers now, you know.
Hey, you know, that's where the experience and the and the no is, man. All right, so
Yeah, you get the
You always sound like you're 20 on the radio.
you know it's
That's the thing. You never age on the
the
radio.
wisdom discount at the candy store.
is that what they call it now? What? Okay, so speaking of recording, are you planning on getting back into the studio, doing any more recording anytime soon?
Not
or are you
at
just
this
gonna
moment.
right? Just
In
gonna
the summer, we're ready to.
yeah, go out and play
hit
some
the
music for a
beach.
while. That's right. traveling? Honestly, you going to travel at all this summer? Rob, you got plans?
I might. Possibly. Our family owns some property up in Minnesota, so.
Nice.
So.
Now's about the time to be heading up there. It'll be beautiful.
It's on a lake. Yeah.
Well, is there anything up there that isn't?
Yeah. Well, everybody has 2 homes up there.
Right.
And one's on a lake.
All right. Cool. All right. What about you, John? No, sticking around.
I'm a farmhand.
Hey, it looks like the band from the gang from the Brink are in the house as well. All right.
The Brink.
So what were we saying? You got plans to head out anywhere?
Nope.
No, just hanging around.
Nope.
Making music, playing music.
Yep. Gardening.
Yeah, no doubt. We got to get we do the rain dance. All right, we're gonna do a little.
Yep, that's what my hose is for.
Play the rain song. Yeah, no doubt. All right. Well, look, we are just about 10 minutes away from the top of the hour. You want to play another one? Let's play one more, and then we'll be close to the top of the hour. We'll give you guys a break for a second. I'll let these guys come in and say hi for a minute, and we'll chat with Columbia's The Brink. All right.
What's that?
Cold Damp Rising or Devil's Shovel?
Let's do Devil's Shovel.
Okay.
I'll remind you all that you're listening to KOPN Columbia 89.5 FM. My name is Mike Hagan, and this is Open Mic Radio. We do this every Saturday afternoon, well, kind of, from 4 to 6 p.m. Stick around. Ross Shumba and a reggae party coming at you from 6 o'clock until 8 o'clock. Nice with the drums, Clark. Thank you. And, again, after that, Chris and Blues on Broadway, 8 o'clock to 11. Anyway, it's KOPN, your imagination station, Open Mic Radio. We're going to hear another one live in the studio with me, Rob and John from Backwater. What do you guys got for us?
We're going to do a weird little song here called Devil's Shovel. And I was down in Mississippi a number of years ago, and the local tourism people claim that Robert Johnson was buried out at this cemetery on the outskirts of town.
Hey.
And it was an old crossroad. It was a dirt road, and it was an abandoned black cemetery is what it was. And it was kind of creepy because a lot of the graves had been dug up, and the gravestones that were there were made out of concrete with, they just used their fingers or a stick to write in whatever they could. And anyway, so it's just kind of a weird little place, weird little graveyard. And this song sort of showed up as a result of that trip. But the other thing about this tune is the ambiguity is the richness of life.
Isn't that the truth? All right, check it out. Backwater, KOPN Columbia.
There's no burden greater than what's left of my name. Someone draw my number, get me back in the game. Sow a little mercy on this unmarked grave, where the black dirt mixes with the cold red clay. Oh, where the black dirt mixes with the cold red clay. Put that red velvet bag in my getbox case, headed down to the river where the devil makes chase. Said I'll meet you about halfway, where the black dirt mixes with the cold red clay. Where the black dirt mixes with the cold red clay. Well, there's a mad dog howling in a drainage ditch. That black cat bone, it starts to twitch. There was no escaping what she'd had her say, where the black dirt mixes with the cold red clay. Where the black dirt mixes with the cold red clay. Gave me a shovel, a watch made of gold. Midnight to dawn's the only time it knows. You can watch those hands by the dark of the moon, working that spade like a grave digger's spoon. Working that spade forever and a day, where the black dirt mixes with the cold red clay.
Thank you very much.
Another great one there from Backwater. Wow, cool stuff, you guys. And how about a little? I guess you told us a little bit about that one, but.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I hate to talk about some of these songs because I don't even know half the time where they came from or what they really add up to. But you know, if they add up to something for somebody else, that's a bonus. That's a bonus.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, sounds good. Let's take a break. You guys,
Yeah.
get a breather or something, and I will remind everyone that they are listening to Open Mic Radio on.
Pull your mic up. There you go. Now,
Hello.
you're listening to 89.5 FM.
KOPN Columbia. It's Open Mic Radio.
Open Mic Radio.
KOPN Columbia. And, yeah, we've got John and Rob from Backwater with us. And now we're going to switch gears
We
for
got
a minute,
members of the
though.
Brink, I think.
Yeah, we got. I think we got a
Somebody
whole
from the
bunch.
Brink.
I think we got a whole bunch of them. Kurt, maybe you can share that microphone.
Brink.
All right, there's Ryan.
I don't think there's anyone else here with me today.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw. I thought I
my
saw.
lovely girlfriend Maya is here.
Oh, all right. I was thinking it was maybe Allison or Robin or something like that. So,
I don't think she wants to be on the
she's
Can
welcome
be.
to sit down. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I'm
Is she she's probably your biggest fan, anyhow.
Maya, how's it feel to be on radio? Yeah.
Ryan, grab
You
that
get the
mic.
headphones?
Grab that mic. You don't need them if you don't want.
And
Unless
you've got a
unless we
little
get a phone
volume
call.
control on your right here.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
Down there.
You know, it makes you feel cooler to put them on though when you're at the radio station if you wear the headphones.
Yeah.
So just kind of play the part. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, Ryan.
The Brink.
Mike.
Como's The Brink.
Yeah. How's it going, man?
It's going really well.
What's going on, brother?
Thanks for stopping down and saying hi.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Of course.
So you guys have been really busy. You have a new single that was released only just maybe a week ago, a few days ago. I don't know.
It was released on Cinco de Mayo.
Yes, just yesterday actually.
Yeah.
I've heard the song before because you actually performed it here live when the band was here. I don't know. I bet it's been close to a year now.
Yes.
But anyway, I think you guys produced a video as well.
Yeah, we're planning on releasing a music video. We're hoping in the next 2 weeks here is our goal. We have it all filmed and stuff. We're just doing some color correction and whatnot, and it should be ready to go.
And that was done here in Columbia?
Yeah, it was done. So the music video was actually shot in the Lake of the Ozarks at a lovely little bachelor pad looking mansion actually. So there's some
Nice.
and it has some really exciting stuff in it. It's got some crazy wacky mannequins and stuff.
When did you all film this?
We filmed it probably mid-March, I want to say.
Okay.
And we've been recording. We have an album on the way. There's
Yeah.
all 7 songs that we did on. I don't know if we had all 7 by the time we were on your show, but
They're all in the can now?
they're all recorded and tracked. We're
So
just
you're
doing
mastering?
right now, right? And they should be released.
Very good.
Fine-tuning.
Okay,
It's
so
nice.
with that in mind, I think we already planned on having you guys here on the 17th of June. And I think the whole band will be here, and we'll set you up out here in the common area, and we'll have a rock and roll show.
That'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So is the makeup of the band still Jackson and you and Robin and Alex and Allison?
Yeah, it's
correct?
all the same band members, all of my lovely, wonderful musical family members, and we are all having a blast, which is the journey of being in a band. And every single day we're learning new stuff.
How often do you practice? How often is the band together?
We practice twice a week for 2.5 hours, and
That's a lot.
I'm doing band stuff every day, man. I've taken up sort of the management position. Emma left us.
Well, I was going to say, I didn't want to say anything bad, but she had contacted me a few months ago and about getting you guys back on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know, I just never heard back from her really.
So that's basically what happened. We had a show over at Rose Music Hall where we performed for a spot in a music festival. It's called Summer Camp Music Festival.
Sure, I think you guys won it.
Chillicothe, Illinois, and we
Well
won
done,
that
by the way.
spot. So
Absolutely. That's a huge deal. That's a
Congratulations on
big,
that.
what is it,
it feels really good. Thank you.
4-day festival or
it's
something
a
like that? I
4-day
know it's
festival.
a long one, right? Yeah.
We're playing on Thursday, so we're sort of like the opening acts,
Right on,
But
though.
we're really
Gonna
excited.
meet a bunch of people, get to network like crazy.
Exactly. Oh, we made some business cards cards up. They're real flashy. They got a nice little like purple holographic logo of our band. It's really cool. So,
Right on.
So you have any gigs coming up?
we were. Let me run you through the roller coaster of being in a band, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second,
Hold on
folks.
to your seat.
We're just top of the hour, so I need to say that it's KOPN Columbia 89.5 FM. You're listening to it here. We're also streaming on the web at kopn.org. My name is Mike. This is Open Mic Radio. We're visiting right now with Ryan from the Brink-Como, and they've got a bunch of new music on the way, a brand new song that was just released yesterday called Jazzy Girl, video on the way, concerts on the way. So, Ryan, pick it up.
Yeah, so we're really excited about the song to release soon. It's more of like our radio single. It's sort of poppy. It's more mainstream out of our music.
That one that Jackson raps?
Well, the one that Jackson raps is also pretty good. I'd say that could also be.
I mean, I think that's radio friendly.
I think all of our stuff is pretty radio friendly.
Yeah,
myself,
Jazzy Girl's
but-
great.
Yeah.
I think I told you I heard you on KCOU. Was it yesterday
Oh
morning?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
anyway-
with Connor.
Yeah, that was fantastic. So good work.
It was phenomenal. But yeah, in terms of shows coming up, we don't have a whole lot other than the music festival in Illinois. We were supposed to play 2 other gigs this month, and we play under contract, and both of them got canceled on us. And so, yeah, we're
Thus is the life of a band.
Isn't
Yeah.
that right?
we're probably
Well,
gonna
more time to practice for Summerfest and get ready for that, because
Right.
that's your big show coming up. So,
Yeah.
when is that? That's the 27th, I think.
Yeah, we're playing on, I think, the 25th, maybe. I'll have to double check on
Right.
that.
So just a couple weeks, 3
yeah,
weeks.
we're playing
I
on a
guess.
Thursday during Memorial Weekend, basically. So first day of the festival.
Well, congratulations again for that. That's fantastic.
Thank you,
So,
thank you.
All right, if people want to find you and get a hold of you and have you play for them, etc., what's the best way to track you
Yeah,
guys down?
absolutely. If you're looking for a wonderful, fun, and entertaining 5-piece band, you can book us at the Brink-Como at gmail.com. The Brink-Como, C-O-M-O, for Columbia, Missouri. Or you can also reach out to me directly, 636-368-1091, if you're looking for any booking or any inquiries of that nature.
All right, right on. All right, Ryan, appreciate that.
So do we get to hear this?
Let's
another debut.
let's play it.
absolutely.
All right?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right,
Let's
now-
debut it on open mic.
Yeah.
all right. First
love
time,
it.
first time we've certainly heard it. I know first time on KOPN for sure. The song was released on Spotify and the other platforms just
Sweet.
yesterday, but fantastic stuff here. It's KOPN Columbia 89.5 FM.
Nice stickers.
And check this out, new stuff from the Brink-Como. This is called Jazzy Girl.
I'm looking for a jazzy girl in an edgy world. I don't know when I'll find her. Let me know and I'll remind you. We'll dance all night to the brink of sunlight. For her I place all my bets, but I just haven't met her yet. Ooh, foxy lady. Oh yeah, she'll drive me crazy. You gonna rock my world, Jazzy girl. I'm gonna make you feel alive too. You gonna rock my world, Jazzy girl. I'm gonna make you feel alive. I'd like to say you're the one. I'm giving you all my love. And Jazzy girl, we won't regret this. You sync with me and we're connected. When I meet you down the line, and the music is feeling fine, make sure to reach out your hand to spin again and again and again and again. Where's my foxy baby? Yeah, I'm right here, lady. You gonna rock my world, Jazzy girl. I'm gonna make you feel alive. I'm trying to find my some of the dance will keep me up all night. Thought of myself for a second or two. I think I found you. Send me that logo. I'm trying to find my some of the dance will keep me up all night. Thought of myself for a second or two. I think I found you. You're gonna rock my world, Jessie girl. I'm gonna make you feel alive. You're gonna rock my world, Jessie girl. I'm gonna make you feel alive. Gonna rock my world, Jessie girl. I'm gonna make you feel alive. Gonna rock my world, Jessie girl. I'm gonna make you feel alive. Send me that logo. I'm trying to find mine.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
Man, more great music coming from Columbia, Missouri. That's new stuff from The Brink. It's called Jazzy Girl. And yeah, check them out. You can find them on most of the streaming platforms, I guess. Right, Ryan?
Yeah,
I mean,
we're-
I know Spotify, I'm sure, and
We're on all
Apple
major-
Music and all that.
All major streaming platforms. We did it through DistroKid, so literally
All right,
it
so
was like a
it's
premium
everywhere.
package, and they literally released it everywhere. They even made a YouTube video with the album cover on it and
Right
stuff for
on.
us. So
And thank you for the sticker.
absolutely, yes, we got stickers. That's just a little
Nice.
promotional.
You gotta
thing
have
for it.
stickers. I love it.
We think
Okay.
they're pretty cute. That's our graphic designer Matthew doing that work for us, and he is so good at. He also made the
Very
album
cool.
art for us, and he's gonna
Yeah.
make the album cover when all of the songs release, and it will replace the art that's on Jazzy Girl there.
Okay,
so.
okay. So a question about albums. I mean, is this going to be a physical album? Will you actually release a CD or a vinyl record or anything like that, or is it all going to be digital?
We've been debating it. We're not really sure what we want to do necessarily in terms of.
If you want to debate, talk to Kurt. He's a master debater.
well, we would, yeah. Well, we would love,
You caught me again.
yeah.
Okay, sorry, pardon me.
Sorry, let's shut that door.
All right,
Let's act like we never saw that.
okay. We're all adults here. We're all adults.
That's right.
It's okay.
That's what they tell.
So
Somebody
yes,
says.
but
There's got to be an adult around here somewhere.
somewhere. They're all in the other room.
Yeah.
Right? All right, but no, perhaps sometime a vinyl record or a CD or something like that. You guys are talking about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything's gone like pretty digital, so we're
Oh,
not
yeah.
really
No,
sure.
That's the
Other
way to
than-
go at first. I mean, if you got money to throw around, yeah, then make a record. But you know what I mean.
Other than an additional way to like let fans support us, we don't really know if like making CDs or records is something that people would really want, other than as just like a commemorative piece to say that they were there if something were to happen with us.
I don't know. I've had a revival of my vinyl self recently. I inherited a whole bunch of records from my father, and I got my stereo all set up again, and I've been listening to all kinds of music that I haven't heard for years and years. And there's something about the vinyl experience. We've talked about this before.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But at any rate,
What comes around goes around.
That's a conversation for another
It
day. I'm
all
super proud of you
circles
guys. Well done. It's a great song, and I can't wait to hear the full record. And please share it with me when it's time, and we'll get you guys back here on the radio program.
Well, because last time they were here, the whole group was here.
Yeah,
I
and they
believe
performed
we
live.
had
It was
the
great.
acoustic version of it,
Yeah.
which we have.
We got
in
some
the
great
archives.
video out of that too.
Yeah.
I think John actually filmed
People
that.
should dig into the archives, the Open Mic Radio archives, and check that one out.
Absolutely.
Let's see if my
Well,
how good my search skills are here, and I'll tell you.
We've
it
only
was
got a 2-hour show, though.
October 15th, 2022. How about that?
Yeah.
I have a Chat GTP in the valley. I just ask it anything now. I don't have to remember anything.
That's
just solves all my problems.
It's wild. It can
It's-
do a lot. It can even make a marketing plan for you and stuff.
I'll tell you what,
pretty-
it's all
Ad
about the
campaign.
prompt. If you're good at writing prompts and you can really craft what you really want and be good at saying it, it is remarkable the results that you will get.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
very good.
And we're just on the tip edge of this thing. It's crazy.
Right.
I mean, really, that's remarkable stuff. So,
Start of the S curve is what they call it.
that's right. We're we're about to hit that vertical part of the S curve. So, all right, Ryan, great job once
Thank you
again. Tell
very-
the rest of the band I said hi.
I
Yeah.
absolutely will.
Okay.
Get back in here.
We're
soon.
looking forward to coming
Well, no, we've
back,
got it
so-
planned. It's
Yeah.
it's the 17th of June.
Absolutely.
So just about a month from now, 4 weeks from now, 5 weeks, I guess it is.
It's probably around Father's Day, right?
I don't
Father's
know.
Day show?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's always around mid-June.
Okay.
I believe. I
Good.
don't know.
Good.
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah.
All right.
Until then, rock and roll. Have a great time at Summerfest, and once again, congrats.
Perfect. Thank you for having me, Mike.
Yeah, you bet. Take
Have a
care,
great
all right?
one.
Check out The Brink, all right? You can find them online, The Brink-Como, that is, and use Como, because I think there might be a little bit of a mix-up with, not a mix-up, but there may be another band called The Brink out there somewhere.
Newly released music.
Yeah, check out Jazzy
Just,
Girl.
yeah.
All right, cheers, dude.
Just yesterday.
All right, let's get back with Rob and John, if we can get them away from Memphis Chris in there. And we'll have to
Interrupt them.
it'll be like kicking and screaming. But I guess what I'll do is this. I will play one from their record without them knowing it.
Yeah, you should, I think.
And
I see John.
hey,
John's sauntering back this way, but I think he had to take a little detour.
all right, I'm going to
Be
play
a good time to play
I'm
a
going to play
song.
the first song on the new Backwater record. It's called Deadline. The name of the album is called Barbed Wire Rose. And once again, this is Deadline from Backwater. You're listening to it here, Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia 89.5 FM.
There's a deadline out on the main line, crossing timelines on the trail, going home to the circle, getting there through the land, getting there through the land. See the white lines on the highway, and hear those diesels go storming by. Gonna spread our wings above them, fly away into the sky, fly away into the sky. Go on. There's a deadline on the shoreline, getting closer every day. I'd like to wrap my arms around you. We could live the night away. Gonna dance the night away on a bluff above the river, or in a cavern way underground, where the deadline meets the lifeline. Won't you take us there? We're homeward bound. Take us there, we're homeward bound. Same old deadline
More stuff from Backwater. That's the first track on the new record. It's called Deadline, and once again, Barbed Wire Rose, the name of the new album from Backwater. We've got John and Rob with us. They've been with us since 4 o'clock. Appreciate you guys coming down this afternoon. It's been a lot of fun.
Thanks for having us.
You bet. Let's keep it going here, and I think that it's time to talk a little bit about equipment for the gearheads out there. So let's talk a little bit about. First of all, I got to ask John about his guitar. The thing is just a work of art, first of all, and the case is, I can't describe it well enough on radio, but it's really cool. So tell me a little bit about this guitar.
Well, Forrest Rose had a friend across the river, John Griffin, who still makes wooden tops for some of the finest instruments in the world. And they saw this in a pawn shop on Broadway many, many years ago, 40 years ago or so, I don't know, in the 70s.
How many years ago?
I don't know, probably 50.
50.
Anyhow, so I got this guitar, and I won't, there's a good story about buying it, but I'll skip through that. And I had it for a long time, and you always wonder and worry about who would have a guitar like this and take it to a pawn shop,
right?
And you would kind of think that they would probably do it unwillingly,
right? They had to be under duress.
Yeah, it's just not the kind of instrument that you take to a pawn shop unless you have to, and so it always kind of bothered me. But after a while, I didn't think about it too much. And then Jerome Wheeler, I've always played. We play a couple of his tunes. Blackwater plays a couple of his tunes, and one of the songs I always played was River Cowboy. And Jerome was sort of fell on hard times later in life in terms of his health. Mm-hmm. And I ran into him downtown at the Old Glenn's Cafe, and we went out on the sidewalk and talked. And he looked at me and he goes, "You've got my guitar."
No way.
And I'm thinking,
really?
it was like a 2x4 up the side of the head. And I had no idea in the world. And we talked about it a little while and, kind of made peace with it. But it was quite a shock to the system.
Incredible. What a
he goes,
story.
Well, I said, I always play your River Cowboy song. He goes, I wrote that song on that guitar.
Yeah. That's why it sounds so good when you play
it. And honestly, you could tell there was still a little bit of bitterness inside him from having to give it up.
Well, that's a tough one to swallow. I got a feeling.
Basically, I had to say, I said, Jerome, this is as much mine now as it ever was yours. So it's just the way it worked out.
Right. You're gonna have to live with it.
So it was kind of rewarding in a way to figure out where it came from, but in another way, I just maybe be better off if I never knew.
It's a remarkable story, I'll tell you that much. So, all right. So the case was custom made for the guitar?
No, that's just a Martin case.
Oh man,
I had Jerome's case, and I really should.
You give him the case back?
This is kind of gross. This is kind of gross. I could never get the smell of the person who owned it before me out of the case, and I didn't know it was Jerome, but it was. And so finally, after years of putting up with someone else's BO,
oh my gosh,
I made the switch and got a new case.
Well, I didn't see the old one, but I sure like the new one. All right, I think that's. I think we should go to Rob and ask you a little bit about. Now, okay, but do you play more than one guitar? You have electrics. You have a whole collection of them, or you just play?
Yeah, I've got all sorts of stuff now.
Yeah.
I do a little harmonica at times, but
okay.
That's
your baby, though.
On the album, is that your primary guitar? The album that
that's the primary. Pretty much all I play. Yeah.
And now, Rob, I know you got a bunch of toys.
It's a D18, by the way.
You tend to write with that?
Yes, sir.
When you're writing, yep.
Yeah, I do.
Sit down and.
Yeah.
All right, so Rob, you're playing a Stratocaster?
Basically, yeah, that's my go-to guitar. So.
Yeah, and you have a collection as well at home. I imagine you have a couple.
Not really. I'm not. It's not my only guitar, but
you don't have a whole wall of them.
I am not a collector at all. I don't want to possess a lot of things.
Okay.
So,
all right. Yeah.
So
very cool.
When you're going through a small Roland amp here,
you play
is that what you usually use? Is that your preferred amp? Or?
I've been playing through this Laney with 112. It's a British tube amp.
Okay.
In honor of the coronation
I
today,
like the warmth of the tubes.
you should blow the tubes out of that thing.
Yeah.
Agreed.
They can be hard to find when you're on the road. Trust me. You might be venturing to another city if you blow a tube when you're out traveling. But they do have a great sound.
Yeah.
They
And
do
what
have a
about
nice
and
warm
pedals
sound.
and stuff? Not too much of that. I
Well,
don't think.
a little bit, but I'm not Mr. Pedalboard Man either. In fact, I've got this Roland. It's Boss ME80 or ME50 is what it is, which is real standard, just sort of open. Well, you can afford probably an ME50 and it's got all these effects, built-in effects. you know?
Right.
So it's like, well, that's good enough for me.
Good enough. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
Which is horrible, but
Right. When you guys play a live show, is it what's it like? I don't usually ask this question, but what's it like setting up? I mean, is there somebody that helps? Like when you're at Rose or you're at the Blue Note, you got one of the sound guys there,
Yeah.
I'm sure. But what about just all your own equipment? You're plugging in everything and you're running around and getting
Yeah.
Well,
everything.
usually, like down at Cooper's, Dylan's down there, and he's a really solid sound guy, and they're
Well,
usually
I mean,
taking care of most of that stuff. They're taking care of most of that stuff for us. So we got to do our part.
your personal gear, you're responsible for that.
And then
It's a lot more work when you got to bring your own PA. That's for sure.
yeah,
I do not have a guitar tech.
You don't?
Well, I do, but it's
you.
It's me.
You're designated, right?
Right?
Hey, I have a guitar tech
designate
too,
myself.
and I have a guitar tech too, and it's rock.
I love it. All right, well, why don't you and your guitar tech play a song for us? What do you think?
All right.
No? All right. We've got John and Rob in the studio with us. A couple of the members of, we got 40% of Backwater here, and they're going to play another one for us. It's Open
We're
Mic
gonna do
Radio.
something a little
KOPN.
different here, a little quieter song, I guess. It's called "Cold Damp Rising."
All right, once again, Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. Here's Rob and John from Backwater.
When the cold damp rises on the edge of Plowboy Bend, hear the rushing of the water, feel the fog closing in. There's a sinkhole over yonder that breathes the devil's air. When the cold damp rises, you'll never know he's there. When the cold damp rises in the Cape and Lopen Pines, within earshot of the ocean, you can taste the salty brine. The tide's always turning, compass starts to spin. When the cold damp rises, Ghost Fleet sails again. When the cold damp rises, may it smother all my sins. When the cold damp rises in the Louisiana swamp, you'll hear those bones rattling, smell the boiling of the pot. There's a bow upon a fiddle, a hand across a brow. As the cold damp rises, feel the earth sinking down. As the cold damp rises from the bottom of the
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Sounding great, you guys. John and Rob from Backwater with us in the studio this afternoon. You know, people that listen to this program, they get like a concert in their living room every Saturday. It's a good thing we're doing for them.
What they do.
So I'm
We are
sure proud
thrilled to be a part of today's show.
I'm thrilled to have you doing it, and I'm proud to present your music to everybody out there. And we got a lot of people listening this afternoon because I get lots of notes and I can see online and stuff. So,
Fantastic.
Anyway, once again, new music from Backwater. They've got a record called Barbed Wire Rose. You can find it online on Spotify and streaming platforms. You can find them on Facebook. And they'll be playing some music out and about, I'm sure, quite a bit this summer and spring, certainly down at Cooper's. And we've got a show coming up a week from today at, where was that? Is that at
Sentinel Park at the arcade.
That's the
Arcade
I
district.
keep forgetting
there,
about that stage.
Adjacent to the Witches and Wizards
Yeah.
arcade.
Have you been in there, by the way, the arcade?
I went down to check it out, and it wasn't open yet.
It's
so-
really cool because
they have
It's around
pinball
like Orr
machines.
Street and
Do
Walnut,
they have
I
pinball
think.
machines?
yes,
good.
And it's also old school. Like they got like, you know, the old Centipede and Asteroids and, you know, Pac-Man, that type of thing. But it's also you just pay to get in, and then you can play anything
Right,
you want
right,
once you're in there.
right, right.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so
But there's no
that's kinda
skee
cool.
ball, so
Hey, Kirk, grab Rob's mic for him, will you? Cool.
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
I keep-
I don't think there is skee ball.
someone asked, and I
Right?
saw it.
But no, it's a cool thing they've got going down there. And again, bringing live music down to that part of town is awesome. So, and you know, the Biscuit Bar is there, the Ozark Mountain
Up the
Biscuit
street,
guys, and Logboat. Have you seen what they're doing at Logboat? Holy cow, they tripled the size of that
Like,
place.
yeah, that place is
They're
getting
gonna make some beer.
I guess so. So, anyway, lots happening down there. In
Changes are
that
afoot.
part of. That part of Columbia. So, all right. Speaking of Columbia, you both have been a part of it, the scene here, in lots of different endeavors. Actually, John, you were a professional here for many years, and you've both been in the music scene for a long time. What's your just impression overall, you know, of the music scene in mid-Missouri and Columbia? You know, what do you think about playing here and about collaborating with other artists and just in general? What are your thoughts?
You want to go first, John?
I mean, ever since I landed here, I mean, even before I landed here, you know, in the 60s, there's such a rich music scene, especially for this part of the country, and you know, I think we're a little spoiled, frankly. You know, I don't think we know how good we got it. I go home when I used to go home before I left for good back in Delaware on the shore.
There's a song in there somewhere.
on the coast.
I go
in
home
the summer,
before I left for good.
On the coast on the summer, and there's music everywhere, but it's all the same thing. It's just all covers, you know, kind of, you know, 70s and 80s cover songs and stuff, and. You know, I mean, that's okay a little bit, but there doesn't seem to be much of a premium placed on original music in a lot of places that I go.
I see.
But, you know, college towns are usually a little different, and I think
Well.
that the creative energy that's been here, and I think some of it is sort of spilled up from the, you know, traditionally from the Ozarks. You know, and even
Right.
though Springfield is a long ways away, some of that, you know, kind of bled in this direction, I think.
Yeah,
and-
no, there's a rich
and,
history here, certainly of old time music
so,
too.
I mean,
Yeah.
Kevin Walsh, of course, is
Oh,
the
my
one
God.
that knows more about music in Boone County than just about anyone.
Yeah,
But-
he's a good friend and a good friend of yours as well. I know. I mean,
Yeah,
you
I
used to
love-
be on the
love
so-called
Kevin.
Good Life every week for years.
that was a gas.
That was great.
Once I learned how to manage Kevin. Yeah.
Well, he can be a little
He's a
challenging,
handful,
but
yeah.
he actually covers for me when I'm not doing this show, and I always say don't get too comfortable because he's better than I am, and I don't want him to take over the show. He's so good though, and when it comes to musical knowledge, I mean the guy's like a savant, crazy
yes,
encyclopedia.
exactly.
Talk
That's
about
what I mean.
ChatGPT, it's crazy. I mean, he knows everything about everybody, including who they married and who they went to vacation with. I mean, it's crazy.
I mean, the other part about living here, of course, is being on the interstate, which brings you a lot of undesirable stuff, but it also
That adds
you
to the
know,
richness of our
you know,
culture.
well, you know, there's New York shows that come through here for you couldn't, you know, for the money you pay to see them here versus, you know, in a big market where they sometimes perform.
Right.
It's pretty good deal. So
Well, you know, I'm gonna plug David Wax Museum again real fast. They'll be here on the 20th of May. That's 2 weeks from today, and they'll be here on the program with us here on Open Mic Radio, and then they're performing performing down at Rose, but that's a national act now. David Wax is a Columbia native, and he's now touring all around the country and making a living playing music. So just to add, what you're saying, John, we've got.
Is that brother of Jordan Wax too?
I couldn't say for sure. I wouldn't doubt it. Mm-hmm. But so anyway, Rob, your thoughts?
Well, I grew up in Minnesota, moved here in '76 in order to get away from a divorce that I was in, and just came here because I wanted to get away from what I knew.
A lot of people's car breaks here, and then they just
I had
just stay around. I hear that often enough.
I had a friend living here. And he said, "You should come here. There's lots of girls in this town."
Well, that's true enough.
That is true.
And that enticed me. So I didn't. I mean,
and every August there's a fresh crew that comes in.
I was lonely, and the guitar seemed to satisfy that, so I played it all the time.
Yeah. Well, you've mastered it.
And just tried to get into original bands mostly.
Yeah.
So
what's your experience just with the scene in general? I mean, do you sort of echo what John said about a talented that we're lucky to be where we are?
Well, yeah, I think so. I mean, and then you have people like Pete Skoka, who's just he doesn't want he could go anywhere and make it, but he's like, I like Columbia.
Yeah.
Screw it, I'll just stay here.
Yeah, he can play anything, and he can produce, and he's another remarkable talent around here for sure. Yeah, and another great studio here in town.
Yeah,
yeah. Well, all right, I agree. Kurt, you got any thoughts about music around here?
Okay.
I better
related to what we're talking about.
I better qualify that quickly. But I mean, you were in the music scene for years, before you retired.
I've always said Columbia is where music springs eternal, and this is the new. This is, we've had like Liverpool was like in England was a thing for a while, and then like Seattle and in Austin.
And they had like Raleigh, Durham, and
guess where the next spot is?
Chapel Hill. Wait, right here.
No, you can feel it, man. There's so much talent, and there's so much diversity. You've got country, you got bluegrass, you've got a bunch of rap.
And jazz.
And we got some good rock and roll again.
Some heavy
now.
Metal out there. You got
Provoke the Colossus, baby.
Yeah, I mean, it runs the gamut, man, and it's all good.
Well,
that's the thing. There's a lot of good music out there.
I host.
A lot of jazz. We got some jazz performers actually that have been. Nominated for almost
nominated for a nomination.
Nominated for a nomination, but
that's Samantha Furkey, and
that's hard. I mean,
she's just a young woman who goes to Berkeley out in Boston, but she's 21 years old now, and her most recent record is called Mirage, if I remember correctly, and it's the first album she ever made, and it was up for a nomination for best female vocalist for Jazz Grammy, and she's great. She went to Rockbridge, and
she's associated with Compass here in town.
Yeah.
That does a lot for the music. So I mean, there's
the kid who plays bass with her. His name is Mickey Jameson, and he's another super talent. I mean, we could go on this, but these are young folks. You know what I mean? And really, really kicking ass. I mean, I wanted to mention to John that on 420. Well, actually, it was the 16th, but it was a 420 festival that they held at this little shop on 10th Street called Grassroots. I don't know if you're familiar, but it's right next to the little by that Delia's. Anyway, they had a celebration there for 420, the first time that it was recreationally legal for cannabis in Missouri. And they asked me to host the thing, and I got a couple bands to play down there. And we had a band called Love Seats from Jefferson City, outstanding. And then Ruby Lane, the local guys that are just crazy good. I mean, and everyone had a great time and just loved the music. And we're so fortunate to have it. You're right.
Really talented, really talented music.
Okay, look, we're kind of getting against the clock here, so let's will you guys do one? Can we do one more live one? Maybe two.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Why don't we do two? But
we're off the record too later.
We'll close with something off the record, but we'll get a couple more from them out of the studio. And Kurt,
let me screw around with the microphones for a little while.
yeah, and maybe we'll do a little bit of a rundown before the end of the show if we get to. So, all right.
You're not one to do that, right?
Yeah. All right. So it's Open Mic Radio, KOPN, and while they're deciding what they're going to play. I will
Okay.
tell you. Give me a second here, guys, and tell everyone that this program is brought to you in part by Critter Control. As warm weather arrives, so does the birthing season for many animals. Mother animals will give birth in attics if they have access, but Critter Control will get those uninvited guests out and keep them out. More information available at crittercontrolcentralmissouri.com. All right, now
Well,
back
we've
to
got a song
back to
here
business
we
here.
got a little tune here that is we haven't really broken it out yet as a band. We've worked on it a couple times. It's called Backwater, but it really has nothing to do with the name of the band other than it's a similar sounding thing. Anyways, the Backwater can be a place where dreams go to die, and it also can be a place where the impossible dreams come true. This is a little song based on some character sketches of some people that I sort of grew up with.
All right, let's hear it. It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. Another one from Backwater.
There's a trail of shells and bones to that rundown seafood shack where the fishmonger sizes up each and every catch. Flounder in the summer, stripers in the fall, blackfish in the winter out along the outer wall. Always thought she'd meet a man who sailed the seven seas before she let the backwaters swallow all her dreams. Saw a notice in the paper, there's wooden stakes out in the yard. I used to know my way around, but not anymore. The end of the road, it don't end there anymore. Lost in the backwaters with nowhere to go. Layton's on a resident high glass and foam into the night. He used to roam that coastal highway for the perfect breaks at first light. Closet full of trophies, a shed piled high with boards, metal spoon on the windowsill, waiting to cool off. The smell of mama's cooking, drifting down the hall. Fast food wrappers from the backwaters scattered on the floor. Saw a notice in the paper, there's wooden stakes out in the yard. I used to know my way around, but not anymore. The end of the road, well, it don't end where it did before. Lost in the backwaters with nowhere to go. Lily's taking orders at kicking chicken on the shore. It's better than the Burger King, but doesn't pay much more. 8-pen tattoos on her fingers in the shapes of hearts and skulls to help hide the scars. Map her
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Very nice.
All right, fantastic stuff this afternoon in the studio here at KOPN Columbia. Backwater with us and playing some great stuff in the studio, and we're also hearing some really cool stuff off their new record. So, well,
I love that word, record.
I do too. I like it too.
Thank you.
I like it too.
No
What else
vinyl.
do I want to ask you quickly? Because I'm going to get one more song if we cannot in the studio here. Anything else that we need to mention? Any other projects? You get anything else going on that you want to talk about? Did I miss anything?
Now, just keep an eye out for us down at the river is kind of our sort of rotational place, and
definitely that show next Saturday.
We're kind of reaching out. Anybody wants us to come play at their house or whatever, just give us a call.
Who do we
We're open for anything.
Who do we put money on the Derby? In just a minute, like
Shake and Take Pony.
What's your favorite?
I want the Shake and
What's your
Take
favorite?
Pony.
Shake and Take Pony.
Exactly.
All
That's
the
what I'm
way.
taking. I'm taking the Shake and
All
Take
in, man.
Pony. All right, very good. So, you guys, thanks again. Let's do one more, and then we'll kind of wrap it up, okay?
Okay.
All right, what do you got for us?
What do we got?
Let's do Running in Place. What the heck? You want
Sounds like my life story.
what?
It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, and we're going to get one more live one from John and Rob of Backwater, and
Okay.
You're listening
I like to do-
89.5 FM.
Do a little
KOPN
song here
Columbia.
by one of my favorite local songwriters,
very cool.
David Durnley.
Oh, great friend of mine and a great friend of the program, actually. He's been here many times. KOPN Columbia, Open Mic Radio.
I was downtown drinking, driving my car, 90 miles an hour through pre-dawn hours. There's a 12-step program in the future for me. I can't handle being free. I can't handle being free. Gonna wait 10 years for armed robbery. The money I had none, but them pills weren't free. If you're robbing from a thief, they ought to just let you be. I can't handle being free. I can't handle being free. Well, it's cold in the chapel when the congregation's gone, watching Jesus, watching me. I can't handle being free. I can't handle being free. Well, Grandpa's pistols right there in the drawer. It shoots 6, but I want more. Clerk down at the liquor store packs a Block 33. I can't handle being free. I can't handle being free. Well, there's a man in the alley right outside the door. He knows what I'm after and he knows what for. It's a hard luck story you're gonna hear from me. I can't handle being free. I can't handle being free. It's cold in the chapel when the congregation's gone, watching Jesus, watching me. I can't handle being free. I can't handle being free. Sitting in my cell, watching my TV, It's the only life that's left for me. I ain't like those pretty people in all the ads that you see. I can't handle being free. I can't handle being free. I can't handle being free. I can't handle being free.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. A little sloppy there, but
Oh,
you
you,
just
Backwater,
did.
yeah.
you kidding me?
Wonderful.
Thank you, Durnley.
How about it? Hats off to Dave Durnley. Actually feeling a lot better these days.
Yeah,
Dave was a
man.
little under the weather for a little bit though,
Looking good, looking good.
really great to see Dave out and about, and in fact performing a little bit as well.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Yes, sir is right. Okay, great. John, Rob, thank you once again. Fantastic.
Oh, great.
Thanks so much for having us.
Oh, I love it.
Saturday
Great
night,
music.
Saturday night Arcade District.
Check
6
them
to
out.
9.
It's a week from today.
Free.
Okay, free show,
Yeah.
6 to 9 next week. Backwater, see John and Rob and the three other members of Backwater, and they'll be rocking and rolling, having a great time that night. I'll be down there. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to play some
All right.
play some video games and then hang out with you guys.
Fantastic.
So, all right.
Don't miss it.
Thanks again for having us.
Yeah, you bet. Hey, I'm going to play one more at the end of the show. I think New Wave Shoes
New
is the
Wave
one we
Shoes.
chose. Quickly, a little bit about that one.
New
Rob.
Wave Shoes.
That's a Rob
I was
Matthews song.
introduced.
And I called it.
I wrote the music to it.
Well, yeah.
But a fellow named Mike Steele wrote the lyrics.
Yeah, from Blue Steel.
Blue Steel. Yeah, and I just always I liked it because I wrote it, the music. So so I was like, John, learn to sing this song. I think I had a cassette tape of it
Right.
or something. I
love it.
I mean, I don't remember but anyways.
Okay, well, that's what we're
talked
going to
to
play
him.
at the end of the show. Before we do that, though, Kurt, we got a couple quick minutes. You want to give us a couple of things that are happening? I mean,
Yeah, tonight at 7 o'clock. Well, the doors are at 7, shows at 8. But our good friend Sean
Cannon.
Sean Cannon from Bachman's Euphoria.
Yeah,
Or whatever.
from back in the day.
His latest project, Voodoo.
Will was in that project as well. Will Reeves.
He's at
they went from Bachman's UFO to Bachman.
To Bachman, yeah.
And now
I
it's
think
Sean
just
Cannon's Voodoo Players. He plays
At
all
one
kinds
point,
of
were
stuff.
they just UFO?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think.
I know
I don't know.
They just.
I think he is the UFO of the Bachman's UFO.
Well, anyway, he's another talented guy. Sean
Anyway,
Cannon.
Voodoo Fleetwood Mac
Oh.
tonight, and
That's here in town.
That's here in town at the Blue Note.
Nice.
Yep. Doors are at 7 and shows at 8.
Okay.
$12 to $20 will get you in the door for that.
All right.
And if you're around the Cooper's Landing area tonight, actually, I think Meredith Shaw just got done probably a little bit ago.
All right. And who's 6
Is
to
that
9
right?
tonight?
And then 6 to 9 is, I just had it and I've lost it. As always. I'm always losing it, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Ty Tombson.
Oh, Ty Tombson. Yeah.
And
he
I
played
think-
earlier
I
today
think he
at the,
played earlier at the opening
for Theodore Records, King Theodore Records.
down at the Arcade District.
No, that's over there at the
No?
North Arts. It's over there by Artlandish. That's the one on Walnut.
Okay.
Yeah, B-side's over there at the arcade.
Isn't it the same?
No, they call it the North Arts District.
Yeah, okay.
Is where like Artlandish and that stuff is.
You know, as normal, I'm always turned around.
And
Anyway,
then,
if you're down,
the bridge, Walnut. That's
At
where
the bridge.
that's where Theodore is.
Right.
King Theodore.
right?
Or in that area. I don't know if it's the same building or not,
No, it's not the same building,
but it's right over there,
It's
right
in that
by
general
Ernie's. So
area.
in that area.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, on Walnut and Orr Street, I believe. Anyway, go
Well,
check that out.
Yeah.
And then tonight, I mean, I might be like hopping in the car right after this, but of course, you know where I gotta get by 9.
No.
I gotta find myself at the Twisted Pickle,
Twist-
buddy and James. Yeah,
Twisted Pickle tonight.
that's right.
Who's playing?
Twisted Pickle tonight, and we have Shaky Ground Band takes the
All right.
stage at 9 o'clock.
And isn't there something at Pierpont too? Didn't you have something at Pierpont
Oh, yeah,
store?
I did have something at Pierpont, I believe. We've got all this. Of course, I'm highly organized.
I'd like to see music.
You like how organized I am, right?
Kurt only has a week to get ready for this.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So-
And that's why, yeah. No, tonight, actually, from 6 to 8, we've got Forrest McCurran.
Forrest McCurran
is playing tonight at Pierpont.
At Pierpont. All right, cool.
At Pierpont. That is
All right.
correct. Yep. And then actually, if you're at Round Rose, Mavi with special guest Simone James.
Yeah, and that's our buddy Matthew Crook's project, Dismal Niche,
Dismal
that's
Niche is
producing that
putting
one.
Yep, putting that on.
So
and
that'll be great.
The
I
show's at
guarantee
9.
you.
You get it at 8.
Anything that Matthew's involved with, I'm willing to endorse because
He's part of the experimental music thing and all that downtown. He is the experimental.
Yeah, he's the guy that does it. Yeah, he's amazing. He's also like an English teacher somewhere. Anyway, okay, let's. I think we're gonna have to wrap it up there, Mr. Kurt.
All right. Well, in Open Road at the dive bar. 8 o'clock.
Oh yeah, we forgot
Yeah,
about
that's free on the patio.
Yeah,
so.
they're a sponsor of the show too, so I appreciate
They are,
the
yep.
stuff over at the dive bar.
Thank you. And you could become a sponsor too.
That's right. Call 874-1139 during business hours and say, Open Mic Radio, I have to give them money. I have to give you guys money for that program because it's so damn awesome.
Make
All
sure
right.
you ask for Clark.
Yep. Yeah, he'll be running the office by then. Okay, so thanks again. Once again, Rob and John, thanks again, you guys. And we'll catch up with you soon. Next week, we will be gone. We've got Rockabilly Corner with Big Cat Matt.
Tune into
and
that.
Again, if you like rockabilly and old-time early country and even some sort of, what are they, he likes all kinds of crazy
Rockabilly
stuff.
and,
Stomp grass, that
and,
kind of stuff.
surf rock, too. I
Surf
think
rock,
like-
for
like
sure.
yep.
Anyway,
Good
Matt really knows his thing, so he'll be here next Saturday. We'll be back on the 20th with David Wax Museum and the Onions. Again, that's Lou Nevins and one of his projects. Rachel Kelly and her most recent project. I've been following Rachel since she was playing bass for this band called Violence of the Violets when they were like in high school. But anyway, she has a project now called Leica. They'll be here on the 27th of May. Naked Basement in June. The Brink, who were here visiting with us earlier today, they'll be back 17th of June. Bad Names, 23rd, I think it is, of June. And the guy that runs Sticky's Cabana, which is another new venue around. I've not been there yet, but a couple of veterans that opened a place, and they're really promoting live music. So, in fact, we should network. They would love to have you guys down there.
Now, when I talked to them last year, I know they were all proceeds were going directly to the band last year.
Well, I don't know how.
That's how.
I don't know how they're running
Those guys
things
are
now.
really supporting live music,
but they definitely are doing that. So anyway, you can find out when Sticky's here himself. Okay, and I'm sure it's a nickname, but that's what he goes by. All right, Clayton Hickland will be here in July. I guess Ray and Chaz, of course, always going to be coming. Second Circle Band, Soft Crisis, Hang Your Hate, Nick Parn, The Selfless Lovers, great band out of Kansas City. Anyway, we got a lot going on. Bannister Tarleton, I'm sure you guys are familiar. He's playing a lot of shows. He's going to be here sometime this summer. And then, of course, we have the regular guests that you never know who might pop in, okay? All right, we've got to go. Kurt?
Yeah, make sure you get down to the candy store as soon as you can.
All right, play our outro, and then I'm going to play this last one from Backwater, okay? All right, everyone, stick around for Rosh Hashanah Reggae Party, all right? Love y'all. MikeHagan.com. Get the podcast. Cheers.
Thanks a lot. There you go. That was Open Mic Radio.